It's a WIP afternoon show with Ike, Spike, and Fritz. We're in Clearwater on an off day here at Baycare Ballpark with Trea Turner. Thanks for making the time for us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yep. So it's funny. We're watching you guys work out a little bit on the field, and it's funny to go from, we just got through Eagles season, and we watch Eagles training camp, which is almost like military, and then you watch baseball spring training, and the seasons are just way different. I was thinking about what it would be like if baseball had a 17-game season.
Yeah, I was going to say we play every day, so
you have to pace yourself.
Not that they're not important. Obviously, they're all important, but it's different mindset. I think too from that, watching football the last couple of years, that switch you have to turn on for game day. You got to get ready to go out there and lay everything on the line, and we're competing just at the same height, but at the physical aspect's a little different. So I think that's the main difference I've seen, is just how we compete is so different, and I think that's what makes the sports beautiful.
Yeah, how is it like? It's really interesting to me to make every game important, but also know that you have to play again tomorrow, and try to find that balance in between treating every game as if it's important, but almost not too important.
Well, yeah, 100%. I think don't get too high, don't get too low. For me, that's why I feel like I try to work hard, try to put in the right prep, and be consistent in that aspect, and then just play the game. And knowing you're not going to be perfect, you're going to have some bad days and whatnot, but over a course of a season, all that work you put in each and every day, you'll probably come out ahead if you're doing those right things. And that's where I'm at, and I think that's where a lot of us are. Is I think we got a lot of veterans and a lot of professionals that we work hard, we do our work, and then we have fun when we can. But first and foremost, we're working.
So I know you guys were former teammates, right? You and Max Scherzer.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a part of you that was a little nervous about hitting with the challenge the other day?
No. I was just messing with him. I know he hates it, so I was hoping he threw the first pitch right down the middle, and I was going to challenge it regardless, just to mess with him. And I think he's a little confused. He laughed it off. So, for me, the ABS is pretty cool, but it's hard to focus on for me personally when I know we're not going to have it in the season. So it's like, why do I even challenge her? If I get screwed on a call in the middle of the season, it's not like I can fix it. So. Why practice any other way, in my opinion?
I thought it was a great moment between a couple of friends, gamesmanship, but the idea of baseball changing things. So, I know it's a little test run this year, but they've made some changes over the last couple of years that I know I was hesitant and reluctant to buy into, but it seemingly has made the game a little more enjoyable, at least for the fans. I'm wondering, from a player's perspective, do you like some of the things that they have done to sort of make the game, I guess, a little more update, a little more fan-friendly?
Yeah, for sure.
From a viewership standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, for me, nobody wants to stand out there for 4 or 5 hours and just watch a slow game. We want to play too, and I understand there's an art to that in baseball, and there's strategy and all that, but at first I wasn't for the pitch clock, and then now, having it implemented in and seeing how we've adjusted, I think it would be weird to go back, So there's a right way to do everything, and I think you just got to think about it. You got to discuss it with players and ownership and MLB and just do it right. And I think we've proven we're open to certain things, but at the same time we want to be able to perform at our highest abilities, and we want to play the same game we did, as a kid for the most part, and it's just a little adjustment period.
I think you have to give the league and the players credit, too, for being open to that change, too, especially because baseball, I think more than any other sport, is steeped in its, we do it this way, it's tradition, which is good, I think is good. But I agree with Ike. I think the changes have been good so far.
I mean, sometimes we don't have a choice, I don't want to say like we're all for everything, but we got to adjust and some of the things we're not super happy about, but at the end of the day, it's, the other team has to deal with the same thing. So it's, how can you strategize and use those to your advantage or their disadvantage and different things like that. So like I said, we're always competing. We love it. That's why we're here, is to compete and try to win. And sometimes there's little obstacles here or there, but we've adjusted, and I think it's been for the better for the most part.
I know you said the birth of your third child.
Mm-hmm.
Me, dad guy as well.
Nice.
Do professional athletes get dad brain? Because I feel like an idiot since I had my
man.
2 months. Like, are you tired?
Well, I have done nothing because my family's not with me, so I feel really bad for my wife. She's got
It's actually just like Jack.
3. She's got 3 by herself right now at home, so I feel bad for her. I know she's grinding over there, but my kids are good. They're good kids, and they're definitely high energy and crazy. But the oldest one does well in school, and the youngest one's starting to learn too. So it's been fun watching them grow, and we'll be done at 3. 3's a lot, but I'm excited to see them. They're coming over soon, and I'm excited to see them. I haven't seen them in a while.
It's a WIP afternoon show in Clearwater with Trea Turner. So when you came here last year and we spoke to you and spoke to a couple of other players, it seemed like the mission for everybody was, hey, let's get off to a great start. Let's win the division, which you did, which you achieved, but then didn't achieve, ultimately playoff-wise. Is there anything that you learned from how you prepared last year, how last season went, and that you're taking into this year and the preparation for this season?
Yeah, I think. Obviously, I think I want to speak for players. I think we know like whoever plays well at the end of the year has got a good chance to win the World Series. So, playing well in June, July, and earlier months, it's great because you want to win that division. But it's hard to play really good baseball for 8 straight months. Everyone's going to go through a little spell of bad baseball and different things and injuries and whatnot. And we had some of those things, and it just didn't seem like at the end we could pull ourselves out of it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Where in years past we were peaking, at the end of the season. So it's hard. It's hard to be like, we need to win this game right now, and it's April 20th, and then knowing we want to play on November 1st. It's hard to do. It's hard to see the big picture and the small picture at the same time. I like to keep it one day at a time. I like to focus on today. I want to have fun today. I want to work hard today, try to get better, try to win at whatever that means, and then we'll move on to tomorrow. So I think that one day at a time kind of deal is as boring as it is. I think that's the only way to play baseball for a long season, be pretty good, try to win a division, try to get home field advantage, and then also play deep into the postseason. And it's hard too. I think it's understated. Like, everyone at the end of the year is playing good baseball. They didn't get there by accident. So I think we're more than capable to beat anybody, but we got to do it. And last year we fell short.
And this is more to say, because like fans in here, and they're like, hold on, what do you mean? The beginning of the season doesn't matter as much, so they may interpret it the wrong way. You go out there, try to win every game,
without a doubt. Yeah,
but the results may not be what you want, and so you don't necessarily allow early results to get you down.
Yeah,
if they aren't exactly.
Yeah,
what you
so
want.
I mean more of your reaction, right?
Yes.
Like, you lose a game in April, you're like, all right, we'll get them tomorrow. I didn't want to lose. Obviously, we tried everything we could to win the game, but it's how you react to that loss. Whereas you lose a game in September and you need that win, it's more devastating. So as you go on, obviously the way the games feel more for us as players and probably staff and managers and whatnot. Yeah. So that's what I mean. I mean, we are trying to win every single game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. Every game is very important. It's just how you react to them early on. You're like, all right, we'll get them tomorrow. But, if you do that too much, you kind of dig yourself that hole,
Sure.
So there's a balance to everything. And I think that's why the veteran presence is big to know. You can weather storms. Losing a game here or there is all right. Did we learn something? What can we do better? And then build on that.
So the big story seemingly out of camp so far is you possibly going back to the leadoff spot and being this team's leadoff hitter. Is that something that excites you? And do you think it can take your game even to another level, getting back to that spot?
Yeah, I haven't done it in a long time. Last time I done it was 2019. Had a good year for me. I think. I said this before, and we all say it, and we'll hit wherever Rob wants us to, wherever the coaching staff wants us to. We'll hit wherever because we want to win. We don't care. If that is leadoff, it's 2, 3. I hit 8. A couple years ago. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. But yeah, we'll hit wherever, and that does excite me in the sense of maybe I can run a little more, score some more runs. The last couple of years I'm trying to drive the ball a little bit more, and not that I won't do that if I do lead off, but that getting on first with no one in front of me type deal to lead off a game, I think can put a lot of pressure on the other team. And maybe we can have some big innings early on, maybe not bigger, but big innings early on and kind of get downhill early on. So I'm excited if it happens. I'll be excited if I hit wherever, though. I'm just excited to be back and love the game, love playing. And, I think we've got a good squad.
Is there pressure to try to see more pitches when you're hitting leadoff?
I think there's a little bit to it. I wouldn't say pressure, but I think you're definitely a little more selective just by trade. You're probably taking the first pitch of the game. Obviously, guys like Kyle, and I've even done it in the past where you swing at that first pitch because it's a really good one to hit. But, you're kind of taking the first pitch of the game, and, I think that helps you get into the at-bat a little bit more, see a few more pitches and get your timing down. So I wouldn't call it pressure, but I think there's some strategy to it for sure.
Last year, you were going great. You'd had the hamstring injury, and I think you even mentioned this, but you could actually see that you were hesitant to go full when the hamstring injury happened, and that's an injury that is tough because it can feel normal, and then all of a sudden you tweak it and it's gone. Mm-hmm. How do you mentally eventually get past that worry and past feeling a twinge and thinking it's there?
Yeah,
again?
Exactly. You kind of said it's like every little thing you're like, oh no, is it again? And I think it's just a day-by-day thing where you push it a little more, you're trying to be smart about it, but you're also, playing in a Major League Baseball game. It's like, you got to be prepared to play. So I always felt like I could play, at 80, 90% speed. If I had to slow down, I always felt like I could really impact the game still. I could hit, play some defense, do different things, even run the bases smart and make some good decisions. So I always felt like I could play a little lower, but each day that goes by, you're like, oh, I ran that one out. And I think we have so much technology now, you can see how fast I was actually running. So I was like, oh, I was running, pretty much my normal speed, so I shouldn't worry. And it just comes with confidence, but that's with anybody. That's a pitcher with an arm injury. That's anybody dealing with anything. You gotta build back that confidence a little bit, and it took me a little while, but now we're passing. It's good to go.
You and Bryce both have a bunch of years left on your contract, but a lot of the vets don't, right?
Yep.
Up at the end of this year, up at the end of next year. You guys have had some good runs, but haven't gotten it done overall. Do you ever think about, hey, if we don't go deep, this could be the last time that these guys are here together?
Nope, never. I've never thought about that. I just heard that a day or two ago for the first time.
Really?
Yeah. I think we got a great group of guys. We got some young players that are still around. I trust John and Dave to keep adding pieces when we need them. We just traded for Luzardo, Wheeler, and Nola. We got so many good players. There's no reason to not think we can win for a long time, and that's my look at it. In Washington, we won, or we tried to win for a long time. Teams can do it. It may not always be the same faces. I hope it is, because I love all the guys here. But for me, it's I don't even worry about stuff like that. It's not my job. I want to win, and whoever we got, wearing this uniform, I think we're excited about, and we want to, accept and come together and be a baseball team. So thought never crosses my mind.
I'm wondering for yourself, third year here with the organization. First year didn't get off to the start that you wanted it to get off to. I thought last year you looked like the Trea Turner as advertised before your injury. I'm wondering how much post-injury did contribute to sort of some of your tell-off from where you were in the first half, and can we expect to see that Trea Turner we saw the first half of last year this year with you?
Yeah, I think for me, I think since I've been here, I've played really, really well and pretty bad to my standard. So it's kind of raising that floor. I think the good times are going to be there. So now when it's going bad, can I turn that 0 for 10 into a 2 for 10, or those things, or can I make a couple more plays here or there? And I think that's very easy to do, or very easy to ask of me, which I've done in the past, and put together a complete season. I like playing every day. I like the challenge, so I'm excited for it. But I feel like it's a lot of talking always, and I'm over the talking, over all that. So
I understand. We understand it. Yep.
Just play good baseball and win and have some fun and see where it takes us.
All right, Trey. 3 quick ones before we let you go. They're quick. First one: city you most look forward to visiting during the season, and the one that you least look forward to visiting during the season.
Man, I think it depends on the year, but I don't know. I like going to new places. So, I always say San Diego's fun to go to just because it's good city, good food, good weather, good
Beautiful.
park, all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, so that one's easy. But it was interesting going to Seattle last year, or fun going to Seattle. Never been there, first time in my career. So that was kind of a cool bucket list there. And then Worst.
You want me to just let you off the hook on that one?
I don't know. I think
Don't say Cincinnati.
Just say Cincinnati. Just say Cincinnati.
Don't say Cincinnati.
I only want to say Cincinnati because Kyle will have a meltdown. If you say this, Kyle will lose his mind. So that's a fun one for me. But no, I mean, I think it's hard to pick a bad city in the major leagues. You're living the life. But
Well, Cleveland's pretty bad, so.
yeah, I was gonna say
I'm an Ohio
bad
kid,
food.
so yes.
Yeah.
Bad food is hard to beat, or a bad hotel. Sometimes, like when you go to a bad hotel, you're like, this is no fun.
And you'll be there for 3 days.
Yeah,
too.
so I mean, we're spoiled. So I mean,
Do you read your social media mentions?
no, I don't. I don't do anything.
And then finally, rank the following Starburst colors from best to worst: red, yellow, pink, orange.
Best to worst?
Best to worst.
I'm gonna go pink, obviously. I'm gonna go red, and then I might be on the minority on this because I do like orange, but I'm gonna go yellow then orange.
I think that's pretty standard.
That's pretty
Oh, is it?
standard.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty
Okay.
good.
I feel like people hate yellow, so I don't know. If
See,
that-
I have pink last.
really.
No.
I go.
You're definitely in the
I,
minority.
Yeah.
I go red, yellow, orange, pink. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm a
okay.
pink first.
All right, yeah, pink is.
Yes.
All right, Trey. Well, we appreciate your
Thank
time,
you,
man.
brother.
Good
Yeah.
luck. We're excited for Phillies baseball to be back.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
All right, we'll be back. WIP Afternoon Show with Ike, Spike, and Fritz.